Hey Weirdos! Welcome back to another episode of Dark Crossroads. This is your host, Roxanne Fletcher, and before we get started, I just wanted to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mamas out there. Whatever season of motherhood you're in, I hope you had a wonderful day and you got the rest that you needed. Today we're going to be covering a case of an unsolved potential murder of a North Dakota Indigenous woman who disappeared, and months later her body was found by volunteers. The three affiliated tribe spans nearly 1 million acres, and the terrain is filled with grassy hills and water. The number of missing and murdered Indigenous women, also known as MMIW, out of the bacon oil fields is an absolute epidemic. The region often has disappearances of missing people that go completely unreported. Olivia Carrie Lone Bear, also known as Cedar Woman, was born in Stanley, North Dakota on October 11, 1985. She was 32 years old and was a member of the three affiliated tribe. Olivia graduated from Head Start in 1991 from Four Feathers Head Start. She attended elementary and middle school in Newtown, North Dakota. She also did her freshman year at the Newtown High School, and it was then that she decided to move to Brockton, Montana, and attended her sophomore year at Brockton High School. She eventually moved to Well-Pennant, Washington, and completed her junior year at Well-Pennant High School. Olivia became a mother in 2003 when her first daughter was born. This led Olivia to finish her schooling through homeschool and independent studies and earned her high school diploma. During her school years, Olivia was very active in basketball, volleyball, and cross country. Olivia enjoyed playing poker, golfing, planning trips, and going to various concerts, like any teenager. Olivia was always up for an adventure with family and friends. She loved being outdoors in the summer months. She was outgoing, smart, crazy, and a very loving person. She enjoyed hanging out with her friends and family and just visiting and telling jokes. She was a best friend to many. Olivia also held a great respect and love for her father. She lived with her father and loved spending time with him and taking care of him. Her daughter was also a huge help when it came to taking care of her grandfather. In 2005, Olivia welcomed a son, and 8 months later, he would make his journey to heaven. At this point, Olivia then became a traveling gypsy. Being the free spirit that she was, she moved back and forth from Well-Pennant, Washington to Newtown, North Dakota, until, in 2009, she realized that Newtown, North Dakota was her home, and she moved back and made her life there where she worked various jobs at the Four Bears Casino and Lodge. She very much enjoyed working as a live games dealer, and she also worked at the Edgewater Golf Course in Legion for a few years. During this time, Olivia's family would be complete when she finally welcomed her 4 other children. Olivia was a hard worker, and she provided the best she could to take care of her children. She held a close bond with each of them, and she loved them very dearly. She loved spending time with her kids, whether it was at home watching movies or attending their activities, and she was a very proud mother to her children. Olivia was last seen into the night on October 24, 2017, after leaving the Sportsman Bar in Newtown, North Dakota, driving a blue granite metallic gray, or also described as a tealish color, 2011 Chevrolet Silverado 2500 crew cab that she often borrowed from a friend. The truck had a dented tailgate and had a silver toolbox in the bed. No one knows what happened to her after that, though many speculate she returned home for a while because her phone, wallet, money, and clothes that she was wearing that night were found at the house. Olivia's father reported Olivia missing to the three affiliated tribes' police department after he had not heard from her for 2 days on October 27, 2017. An official investigation commenced, and many leads were pursued, with help from more than 20 law enforcement and first responder entities. some of these being the 3 affiliated tribes' police department, the Bureau of Indian Affairs, and other state and local law enforcement agencies. And in early November 2017, the FBI was invited into a supporting role for the existing investigation. Her family and friends, in the meantime, took to social media for answers. On October 26, her brother posted on Facebook that they were unable to locate Olivia and that she had not checked in, and this was way out of character for her. After months of searching, her body was eventually found. During the week of July 23rd through July 27th, 2018, a civilian searcher and group of volunteers using a small fishing boat equipped with sonar located what the searcher suspected was a truck submerged in a lake in Newtown, North Dakota on an Indian reservation which contained nearly 1 million acres. The searcher took photographs of the sonar-produced images and provided the images to the 3 affiliated tribes' law enforcement. Lisa Yellowbird, the founder of the volunteer group that found the truck, said, "This one was a priority for me because it was really secluded. Not too many people would have noticed it." On July 31st, a law enforcement diver investigated the site and confirmed what civilians had found. A submerged truck in more than 20 feet of water, nearly 400 feet from the shore, and less than 1.5 miles from Olivia's home, was identified as a truck that she was driving. The truck was towed out of the lake, and law enforcement discovered the presence of a human body in the passenger seat, with the seatbelt still securing the body in place around the waist and the windows broken. Forensic examination of the body later confirmed it to be that of Olivia Lone Bear. Her family was able to identify her body from her tattoos. Medical personnel conducted an autopsy on Olivia, and the cause of death was ruled undetermined, according to information released by the Office of the U.S. Attorney for North Dakota. Additionally, medical personnel noted that they did not find definitive traumatic, natural, or toxicological causes for her death, along with not being able to identify if she had drowned. Once law enforcement located Olivia's body, the applicable laws and protocols enabled the FBI to take the lead on the investigation into both the cause of her disappearance and the cause of her death. A witness told investigators Olivia texted him shortly before she went missing to say she had attended a bonfire and was now going mudding, or off-road driving. This was stated in an affidavit obtained by Minnesota Public Radio. According to the document, investigators were never able to find any witnesses who went to a bonfire or went mudding with her. The FBI and the United States Attorney's Office remain fully committed to this investigation. To date, the FBI, in conjunction with the United States Attorney's Office, has issued multiple investigative subpoenas and search warrants. FBI special agents have interviewed dozens of witnesses, conducted multiple forensic examinations, and enlisted the support of several specialized law enforcement teams for their insight and expertise regarding this matter. The U.S. Attorney at the time stated, "We remain resolute in our commitment to work closely with federal, state, tribal, and local law enforcement as we pursue all emerging evidence in this investigation, and we will continue to pursue all leads and pathways on the road to the truth. That's our pledge to Olivia and to those who knew and loved her. We're at a potentially critical point in the investigation, and anyone with information out there, maybe they thought that it wasn't important before, or maybe they had been reluctant to come forward until now, and I would say to those people that now is the time. It's a death investigation, and so I think the most obvious charges that you're thinking of along those lines are homicide and manslaughter, both voluntary and involuntary charges. But as in any investigation, we're open to wherever the facts lead us." When asked if the investigation has yielded suspects or persons of interest, they stated, "There are and have been subjects of this investigation, and there have been no subjects rolled out definitively." They also said that the death investigation is ongoing, vigorous, and has covered a lot of ground in the past few years. A spokesperson from the FBI stated, "Sometimes in cases like this, as time moves on, people remember things. Allegiances and friendships may change, and someone might have some information they could tell us that could really break this case. Federal authorities are still trying to determine how Olivia died. The defense attorney of North Dakota and the FBI assistant special agent in charge met with the family of Olivia and tribal officials to brief them on the status of the investigation before unsealing warrants about the case. Investigators and the unsealed search warrants indicate that they have not ruled out murder or manslaughter and are in fact treating the case as a potential murder offense. The warrants also indicated investigators have sought Facebook and OnStar data in the case, along with evidence from the truck. The search warrants for this investigation that have been unsealed will be on our website, on the blog, and in the show notes, along with the case numbers for it. The FBI is seeking more information in this case and is offering a reward of up to $10,000 for actionable information that leads to the identification of those responsible. Anyone with information is urged to call 1-800-CALL-FBI or 1-800-225-5324, and another number to call is 701-627-6141. Or you can file tips online at tips.fbi.gov, or you can anonymously send a tip to Crime Stoppers at crimestoppers.com. You can also contact Terry Van Horn at 701-297-7458 or email at terry.vanhorn@usdoj.gov. The FBI special agent in charge stated Olivia's family and members of her community want to know what happened to her, and so do we. We share the desire to bring closure to this case and peace to Olivia's family and fully understand the frustration a lengthy investigation can cause. Our primary goal is to uncover the facts surrounding her death in order to get a clear picture of what actually occurred. Frustrated by confusion and lack of response from law enforcement, Olivia's family is hopeful that answers will be uncovered as to what exactly happened that night. Who was she with, and what exactly caused her death? A site set up in the wake of Olivia's disappearance, titled Searching for Olivia Lone Bear, notes the number of missing and murdered Indigenous women in the region. In the Bacon oil fields is an epidemic. Since the boom of the area, trafficking and other dangerous situations for Indigenous women have skyrocketed with the rise of the oil and gas extraction industry's presence. This is not a new issue. There is often no reporting or response statistics around missing Indigenous people out of this area. Native Americans and others have sought to draw attention to violence against Native American women, who have been victimized at high rates for decades. Congress is considering an act that calls for the justice. The warrants also indicated the investigators have sought Facebook and OnStar data in the case, along with evidence from the truck. The search warrants for this investigation that have been unsealed will be on our website, blog, and show notes along with the case numbers. The FBI is seeking more information in this case and is offering a reward of up to $10,000 for actionable information that leads to the identification of those responsible. Anyone with information, anyone at all, any tips, or if you know anybody that knows anything, is urged to call 1-800-CALL-FBI, or also is 1-800-225-5324. Another number you can call is 701-627-6141, or you can file tips online at tips.fbi.gov, and you can also send tips anonymously to Crime Stoppers. FBI Special Agent in Charge stated, Olivia's family and members of her community want to know what happened to her, and so do we. We share the desire to bring closure to this case and peace to Olivia's family and fully understand the frustration a lengthy investigation can cause. Our primary goal is to uncover the facts surrounding her death in order to get a clear picture of what actually happened. Frustrated by confusion and the lack of response from law enforcement, Olivia's family is hopeful that answers will be uncovered as to what exactly happened that night. Who was she with, and what exactly caused her death? A site set up in the wake of Olivia's disappearance, titled Searching for Olivia Lone Bear, noted the number of missing and murdered Indigenous women in the region, and the bacon oil fields is an epidemic. Since the boom of the area, trafficking and other dangerous situations for Indigenous women has skyrocketed with the rise of the oil and gas extraction industries present. This is not a new issue, and there is often no reporting or response statistics around missing Indigenous people out of the area. Native Americans and others have sought to draw attention to violence against Native American women, who have been victimized at high rates for decades. Congress is considering an act that calls for the Justice Department to review how law enforcement agencies respond to cases of missing and slain Native Americans. The Savannahs Act is named for 22-year-old Savannah LaFontaine Greywind, who went missing while pregnant in 2017. Her body was found in a North Dakota river. Indigenous women face murder rates that are more than 10 times the national average, and Olivia's case is a representation of a breakdown in Tribal, Bureau of Indian Affairs, and FBI communication. Taking nearly a year to find her body, in April, Interior Secretary announced that a new unit will be formed to assist in these investigations. The 3 affiliated tribes' chairmen released the following statement. The anniversary of the location and recovery of Olivia Lonebearer is a solemn day, and our thoughts and prayers go out to her family. It is also a reminder of the crisis of missing and murdered Indigenous women. Violence against women is intolerable against our traditions, and we will continue to fight it until the women in our community are safe and free from the reality and the fear of violence. On October 6, 2018, Olivia Lonebearer was laid to rest south of Newtown. Her beautiful smile and her loving personality will be deeply missed by all who knew and loved her. Alrighty guys, so I hope that this sheds a little bit more light on this case and that hopefully her friends and family get some form of peace that they deserve. So if you have any information, please do not be afraid to contact the tip lines that I read off. I will read the main one again. It is 1-800-CALL-FBI or 1-800-225-5324. Or you can send a tip anonymously at Crime Stoppers. But with that said, thank you for listening. I feel blessed to be able to cover this case and all the other ones and hopefully get some answers. So with that, please don't forget to rate us wherever you listen. Rate any podcast that you listen to. It really helps. It gets us up in the listing and it makes it so that we can keep making these episodes. Also, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, Pinterest, anywhere you are on social media, we are there. Follow, like, subscribe, all the things. Get the word out there. Tell your friends and family. If you feel inclined, you can send a donation or subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/darkcrossroads. This also helps the podcast to continue on and with research. And with all that, don't forget to check back in, and we will talk to you soon. And also, be different, stay weird, and don't trust anyone. Thank you so much.